Welcome back, guys. Ben here, and today we're checking out a game called Amerzone: The Explorer's Legacy. Set off on a quest for the great white birds in a mysterious land full of secrets. Answer the call of exploration as you travel to the Amazon, a forgotten Latin American country, to fulfill the last wishes of a late explorer. So this came out on the 24th of April, 2025. I was kind enough to be provided a key by the developer Microid Studio. And this is like a remake of a very old, so 1999, it says here, was the original time when this game came out. And this is a complete new experience in Benoît Sokal's legacy, mingling realism and poetry, awareness of worldly truths and wonder is both honored and magnified. This might turn into a little bit of a let's play playthrough with this. We're going to see how the first hour or so goes with this one. And if we get on with it, then we'll continue it, because it's a little point and click puzzle as far as I'm aware, and I like a little puzzle game. So we're gonna see what it's like. Music is lovely at the moment. It looks gorgeous. So let's see what it's like. Sit back, relax, like, comment, subscribe, and let's jump straight into it. So we have two difficulty options. We have Traveler. So enjoy the ambience and story of moderate difficulty level of puzzles. You'll find documents and guidance. And then there's also Adventurer. You'll get stuck more often, and you'll need to explore and experiment more to solve the puzzles. You'll find fewer documents and help to progress through the various destinations. And the hints you can unlock from your journal will be less precise. So I think we might do Adventurer. See how I might regret this, but we'll see how stuck we get. In terms of pricing for this game, the base edition is $34.90, and the Explorer's Legacy Digital Deluxe Edition is £43.99. So Paris to Langreven. Let's continue. Loving memory of Benoît Sokal. I haven't played too many of these, but giving that kind of a ribbon and like mist vibes. Very like high fidelity. Looks gorgeous. Music's by Inon Zur as well, right? Shit just said there, I think, on the screen. Didn't he did Starfield, right? He's done quite a lot, I think.
You're the journalist, aren't you? I gave him your letter the other day. The professor's probably read it. He received another letter this morning. I put it in his mailbox. It was a letter from the museum. Letters from the museum. They always mean trouble. Hey, maybe you could take it to him. He has trouble moving around, you know. He's an old man. You know what I mean. You want my advice? He should see a doctor. Well, that's what I think anyway. Oh, and have a care. It looks like something fell from your bag over there. Well, then have a nice day.
Oh. Nice that it's voice acted as well. Fell from my bag. Oh. Yeah, we gotta be more careful. Okay, yes, you can't like WASD like move around or anything, but we can look around with the mouse. We can open up the document. So Professor Alexandre Valenbois. He waits you at his lighthouse in Brittany. Despite his unsavory reputation, he is the only expert on the little-known Amazon, and we absolutely have to fill those last pages in the feature that Camille left so empty. Valenbois seems to have enjoyed your communications. Get what you can from him face to face and get back to Paris as soon as possible. The accounts department refuses to cover any hotel fees for this report. Emma Fitzgerald, editor-in-chief of the Mondial magazine. Okay. Okay, so you can click on the icon to move in the direction shown. Okay, and you can skip the movement by double clicking. You can skip all movements by changing the game settings. Some movements are set to be skipped by default. Okay. Right, so when there's like a little arrow like here, we can... Okay, it walks for us. Allows them to have these like kind of cinematic cues. Oh, there's a telescope there. I don't really know my birds. Are these like geese? Have a look. I'll see if we can use our mouse wheel. Oh yeah, we can. Oh, I like that. You kind of like put your hand over your eyes, like you and a little zoom in with the mouse wheel. Okay. Hmm. Little serpent etched onto that. Very like high fidelity in a way, isn't it? Looks very nice. Let's have a little peek through the... There's one in close-up view. Move your cursor to the edge of the screen to shift your view slightly. Okay. This is a little bit of a... we can do. Okay. Right click opens up like a little menu where we can... options or journal. Doesn't seem like there's anything we can do with this right now.
My friend, this old fool is overjoyed that your editor has finally decided to send you to interview in person.
That's Benoît.
As pleasant as it has been, our recent correspondence will not allow me to discuss certain subjects as freely as I would like. The subject of your special issue, the Amerzone. You must be aware that it hits very close to home for me. That mysterious land is both the source of my greatest joys and my deepest disgrace. As my old friends at the museum probably told you. But no matter what they say, I know what really happened over there in the 30s, when my companions and I ventured into the unknown wilds.
Nice view. Okay, so we can... in case you can
My
move your
friends
view
and
during some
I,
cutscenes. Okay.
Caused harm. Harm that I am
Cool. Put it down
determined
there.
to heal today. But I need your help. Not only to finally bring my version of what happened to light, but perhaps to do even more. Time is running out. So, safe travels, my friend. I am quite pleased to welcome you to my humble abode. Signed, Professor Alexandre Valenbois.
Okay. I like that you can kind of interact with some within some of the cutscenes. Have a little look around, pay attention, and make sure we and the little cursors there. Is there? I keep wanting to like press WASD, like W to move forward. Directly control most mechanical elements in the surroundings. And hold to move it in the direction shown. Okay. Okay, we can open that and grab that. Examining objects from all angles will help you discover useful information, sometimes even specific actions. Hold the left mouse button to rotate an object, and use your mouse to move the cursor until it changes. Useful information or specific action. So we can move around. Open the letter. the letter from the museum. So, I think you can read it, but it's all in French. Nous avons examiné avec la plus grande attention. Well, yeah, I can't speak French. We have thoroughly examined your plans for a new expedition to the Amazon and regret to inform you that we are unable to give a positive response to your grant request. First, the present economic situation does not permit us to finance such a risky expedition. Second, my colleagues and I are of the opinion that, unfortunately, you still have not renounced that empirical fallacy which was once at the root of a lengthy dispute between yourself and the museum. This venerable institution, which I now have the honor of representing, still remembers the bitter disappointment and mockery within the scientific community that resulted from your first expedition in 1932, which we had been weak enough to sanction in the first place. Just as my honorable predecessors did back then, I will warn you against the dangers of such an undertaking, where adventurous fantasy prevails over strict scientific rigor. Edouard Mulot, curator. Okay, so is this what he meant by his like deepest kind of his disgrace that he had before? I like how we just opened his mail as well, by the way. Like, not just take the letter, we were like, no, we're going to read that letter. It's been added to our documents, so I think that's in our journal. We've got our return ticket. Oh, we have the magazine instructions, and then we got the letter. Okay, so everything, all our stuff's going to be in there. Okay, the different tabs contain all the items and documents you've collected. Your objectives, progressive hints, solving them, and lots of other useful information. So the right-click radio menu or the dedicated keyboard shortcut tab. So, okay, so tab will open up our... This way we've got our documents. We've got our blank press card. Oh. Can we, like, examine that? Looks like we can. If I managed to deliver my report on Amerzone to Mondial Magazine, I'll finally be able to get this press card validated. Okay, so that's our motivation then. This is like what we need for our career. So we're going to leave for Brittany. This is kind of just a... Yeah, like a summary. I'll be back in Paris by tonight. Will we, though? Seems like there's something here that we can do, though. Is it because we haven't read everything? There we go. Okay, finally happened. Mondial Magazine is finally giving me some work, my first gig. So this is like our first thing that we're doing. They want something to round off its end of year geography feature. South American country, Amazon, next to Brazil. Okay. So we can go around the building as well. We don't have to go through the front door. I'm imagining the front door's going to be locked. Front door is not locked. I kind of do want to go back outside to just explore. Investigate material or evidence that will help you unlock additional articles from your report. You don't have to conduct them, but completing them will enable you to discover additional content and delve into the secondary elements of the story. Keep your eyes peeled and don't be afraid to go off the beaten path. Exactly why I kind of want to go outside. Let's just read this letter first. So, 1998. Professor Vadenboer, I've been told you no longer want to teach your workshop next year after a disagreement with a parent of one of our pupils. What it's worth, I sincerely think that you shouldn't take the comments of this individual, who is already notorious within our team, to heart. No one thinks you're a charlatan, you're a scientist, and the children love you. Year after year, I see how fascinated they are, and their teacher too, by your sessions on the Amazonian goose. And so I hoped I might change your mind by writing to you. To help persuade you, little Safia, who was also mesmerized by your last workshop, asked me to send you something. I've attached to this letter, along with the usual sign, up form for external educators. I hope you'll send it back to me, filled in as usual. Ariana D. Okay. He seems to be someone who gets into a number of disagreements. Second life as a recluse. Got the letter from the teacher. Recently quit following an altercation with a parent. Yeah. Okay. So Upon his return from his expedition to Amerzone in the 1930s, Professor Vallenboer became the laughingstock of the scientific community. He then secluded himself in his old lighthouse. I'd like to dig a little deeper into this little known part of his professional life, particularly the end of his career as a schoolteacher. What happened in the Amerzone when he first went there that he came back and got ridiculed for? Let's have a look outside first, and then we'll come back in. This is like 4K, high settings, and a rock solid 144 frames. I mean, obviously the YouTube video will be at 60 frames, but it's performing very, very well. Well, this is like a... It's like an elevator or something? Or is it like a dumbwaiter or something? Seems to go all the way up to the top, but... Some like steam valves and contraptions. I'm not sure if these have anything to do with it. We're a silent protagonist, though. We don't really make any... Huh, how interesting, or anything like that. Okay, so it literally is just takes us around to the back of the lighthouse. That's it. Can we interact with it again, or is it the same kind of cutscene? Okay, so we can actually skip this. So maybe some foreshadowing for later, or something that we can do anything with now. Let's go back in then. I mean, I'm glad we checked it anyway, because it would have been bugging me otherwise. I don't often play like point and click kind of games, but it's quite nice actually having a little look around, and you're just playing with a mouse as well. Like, it's very relaxed. So this looks like there's like a padlock on here. So we do not have an item, but looks like if we did, we'd be able to select it there and use it, but we don't have that yet. So let's continue. Obviously we're playing on the harder difficulty as well, so some of the like hints are hidden, I guess. But from the looks of it, it's something that you can interact with stuff anyway. Like, it will show you if you can interact with stuff, so it's not too hidden. He's got a nice little bike there, isn't he? I guess we'll go upstairs. They're cool from the animation point of view as well. Little things, hand on the rail and stuff.
You are the
There he is.
journalist, aren't you? Come. Amerzone. Amerzone. Too late for me. Too late. It's all over for me. I'm no longer in good health, my friend. It's a pity, but what can I do? In any case, Amerzone, all that. No one ever believed me. So, after all those years, the egg is still alive. Yes. I had planned to take it back over there to Amerzone. My expedition was ready. down to the smallest detail. And now, I have no strength left. You must go for me. You must go. Take the egg back. Take the egg of the white birds back to Amerzone. I beg you, please. You will find everything you need right here in the lighthouse. You must go to the basement.
He doesn't die on us.
Please. You must help. For her.
Is that his daughter? Oh. Oh, he just died in front of us. We're just gonna put that over him. Okay. Out of sight, out of mind. Okay. So you can reveal all the possible interactions around you by holding down the Alt key. So to find the icons represented by the eye symbol, you must move the camera. Ah, okay. Okay, we've got quite a few bits here. So, somewhere out there is the Temple of Flight, then the volcanic crater, and there perhaps redemption. The Ovo Volahos village, is it still there? It's got contraptions and stuff like that. Okay. You said you need to move the camera. We can't move the camera, can we? Or is that just move the mouse it means? The Amazon River. The Puebla trading post. Alvarazopolis. The Mare Amazonian, the sea. The Amazonian Delta. And the Shipwreck Isle. Okay, so we seal those two. Try and make sure we don't miss anything. Balamboa, what a surprise. After all this time, when I got your letter, you stubborn old mule, all the memories of our trip along the Amazon River came flooding back. All that madness of your obsession with the white birds. The country you knew is no more. Amazon. Since your pal Alvarez took over, speaking of the old legends is forbidden. I've lost a lot of friends, and not only to fermented drinks. Many were crushed under the boots of the military regime, before they could even utter the words white birds. I did warn you, you should never have stolen that egg from the Ovo Volahos. You cursed yourself that day, Banamboa, and with you the whole of Amazon. And you doomed me too, to watch the results of your folly every day. Friends dying one by one, and soon I, too, will follow them. Rum will get the better of me. I am dying, Alexandra. But I must forgive you, just as I believe you have forgiven me for abandoning you that day, deep in the jungle. I will keep this backup diskette that you sent me, hide it where you two met, you and you know who. I will also leave some fuel for your infernal machine as requested. Just be warned that I will probably no longer be here to welcome you when you arrive. Luis Angel. Okay. So we'll find in our investigations. Let's have a look. So we've got Luis Angel. Okay, so that's what he looked like. That was his guide in 1933. And it's 1998 now as well, right? So it's been 65 years. He abandoned me back then, but strangely I feel I can trust him enough to send him a diskette. Is that like a tape cassette kind of thing? Strange creatures. Best avoided. They look like little dinosaur things. This is Antonio Alvarez, president of Amerzone. President Antonio Alvarez, what has become of you, old friend? Also, actually, was a friend of ours. Letter from the Amerzone president's office. Yeah, 1998, yeah. Dear sir, I convey to you the heartfelt greetings of President Alvarez, who is in ill health and unable to reply to your letter personally. Naturally, he has fond memories of the adventures you shared in the 30s upon his return to the country. However, as I am sure you will understand, our country's laws must apply equally to all, and the bonds of friendship you once had with our supreme guide do not entitle you to special privileges. I therefore regret to inform you that I cannot process your application for a visa to enter Amerzone. We do not wish to welcome any more scientific expeditions which could lend credence, in whatever form, to the existence of those white birds. This Indian mythology, as well as with all others of its kind, is keeping our indigenous fellow citizens in a state of mind that is incompatible with our country's triumphant march towards progress and modernity. Thank you for your understanding, Colonel Gacciello, attaché to the Secretariat of the Office of the President. So, something about these white birds being quite mythological, and he's obviously nicked an egg. Capital of Amerzone, Alvarazopolis. Place to be avoided. Yeah. Did he name Alvarazopolis after himself? Like Alvarez? Or is it just coincidence? Kowski's letter to Van Amboise. My friend, it was with great joy, tinged with disbelief, that I received your letter after more than 50 years of silence. I must admit that I had given up all hope that our paths would ever cross again, and to be quite truthful, I thought you were no longer with us. For we are too old now, I fear, and deep down inside, the joy of meeting you again is mingled with the fear of seeing you undertake such a risky expedition at your age. I did not know there were pages. Have I... No, I think this is the first one that I've had the arrows, right? My old friend Alexandra, I believe that I share your feelings of guilt towards poor Amerzone. We made many mistakes that only our youth could explain. Today, in the twilight of our years, we want to right our wrongs and thus attempt to obtain from our fellow human beings or from ourselves an earthly redemption that pales in comparison to divine justice. All this is very human, I know, but what a folly at your age to set off again through the Amazonian forest marshlands. You will fail along the way and die out there. What's more, the Amazone you once knew no longer exists, my dear old fellow. Things have changed here, as in the rest of the world. You mentioned the white birds, but I've come to believe that they live on only in the heady fumes of intoxication that envelop the few denaturalized indigenous people who were spared by the inexorable march towards progress. You must think that I'm very bitter, Alexandra. But if you only knew the sad state that the country is now in, as if it has been hit by an implacable curse. Placeable curse? Placable curse? This is even testing my reading comprehension. I did like English at college. Should you persist, however, in your determination to return to Amerzone and stop over at our mission in Puebla, as you have planned, note that you will not find the companion in adventures of your youth, but a poor, toothless old man who will nonetheless be delighted to welcome you under his roof. Then, like two exhausted ghosts, we will go and sit on the riverbank to watch the sunset on our lives. God be with you, David Makowski. P.S. I must say I was a little surprised by your request, but I'm happy to keep hold of your backup diskette, as you call it. All the more reason for you to stop in and say hello if you insist on undertaking this ridiculous adventure. Okay. So that was the letter. And this is what he looks like. David Makowski, Reverend Father, still a friend, good candidate for a diskette. Okay. We have like a little map here as well. The route. Journey that starts in France, crosses the Atlantic to an island, then goes up to the Amazonian River to a volcano. That circled island seems like Van Amboise wanted to stop off there. And this doesn't exist in real life. This bit. And I guess the Amazon. Okay, so you got like Brazil, because Argentina's down here, isn't it? Brazil. Okay. They look like animals. Okay. Espresso. And then we've got another letter here. The Amazon Delta, where the waters of the eponymous river flow into the Atlantic Ocean, a natural border, easily accessible, particularly after a stopover on Shipwreck Island. Right, so that's the island that he wants to go to. Fisherman's letter to Valambois. Valambois, I never would have imagined I'd hear from you after all this time. I still remember the day that you washed up on our island after that contraption of yours hit that sperm whale. I'm sure you know what has become of one of your traveling companions, Antonio Alvarez. Perhaps it would have been better if he'd gone down with your machine in the lagoon. Anyway, I'll take care of your doohickey, this backup diskette you sent with your letter. I'll hide it away like you asked where you stayed back then. You're right to be cautious. The Amazon Coast Guard seems paranoid that a foreigner like you is going to try and sneak across the border sometime soon. Fair winds for your voyage, and I guess see you soon. And watch out for sperm whales this time. So we sent a diskette to Luis, to David Mikowski, and also to the fisherman, who has no name. Even hid it from Antonio's henchman. Okay. So I think we looked at all the little bits there. So if we open, we still only have this one. So we've got a country under lock and key. The dictator of Amazon, Antonio Alvarez, always presented himself as a champion of progress with the ambition of making his country shine on the international stage. But if that's the case, why did he seal off the borders so tightly? What could justify such secrecy, particularly when it conflicted so obviously with the autocrat's great promises? Collect all investigative materials related to the article to unlock it. Okay. So obviously we got the visa refused. So the Amazon military is returning more and more frequently to Shipwreck Island off the coast of their country. They seem on edge, fearing that a foreigner might stop here before clandestinely entering Amazon. Okay, so we've still got a few bits to like find. We've also got Antonio Alvarez, the despot of Amazon. Usual friendship. I'd be interested to learn more about it. Yeah, and it seems like the president's also not doing well either. So we got the refusal. Okay, so this kind of, I guess we get more of a picture of these things as we get close to the Valambois egg. The near delirious Professor Valambois begged me to take an egg back to Amazon, an egg of the white birds, which after all those years is still alive. I know I should call emergency services and wait patiently for them to arrive, and yet Valambois' feverish tone, the intensity of his plea to make the journey in his place, taking a look around the lighthouse like he suggested, doesn't commit me to anything, does it? I guess not. So the visa application refusal, actually, like, a clue can be part of multiple different ones as well. We've got the diskettes. This is the curious one, why he sent the diskettes to different people. And the Langreven Scarlet Goose, is that a geese? Is that the famed white birds? His choice of residence was no coincidence, given that the lighthouse is situated right inside the breeding ground of a bird that had always been of great interest to Valambois, the Langreven Scarlet Goose, and also known as the Amazonian goose. Each year, this creature migrates to the country from which it gets its name, a place that fascinated and haunted Valambois throughout his life. So I was thinking originally, it was like, oh, maybe because he wants to go back and see the geese, but the geese come here anyway. Okay. We have the route map, which we've got there. That's all good. Time to get out my finest pen. Yeah, okay, we haven't added any more notes or anything on this. And our next objective is to go to the basement. So he must have left the key somewhere on one of the upper floors. So, we can kind of have a little look. So you can press... Okay, so you can press and hold Alt, and it will give you a little idea of, right, you can go look at this. You can go have a look at that. We can actually turn some music on. So Roche's Noir's Lighthouse. Very cool though. Okay. We've just put the sheet on him. Let's move over here. There is something on the back of that. I haven't played Siberia, but is that the woman from Siberia? Is this story linked? What is someone called Yakumanu? Oh, in 1933. Oh, so she's... no, never mind. This isn't one from Siberia. It's probably someone he knew and met over in Amerzone. Slide 5. Same as the one in the photo Valambois was holding. Okay. He scribbled down some kind of apology. I'd be able to read it better if I had a suitable projector. Okay. It's labeled 5 out of 6. So there's 6 of these slides. Okay. Can go upstairs, but we can obviously go back downstairs. We call the police or like the ambulance to let them know that he's passed. What is France's one?
Long River Emergency Services. Hello? Hello? Yes, it's a call from Professor Valambois' lighthouse. Professor Valambois. Professor Valambois? Oh, I hope he's not having another stroke. I'm sending an ambulance to the lighthouse, Professor.
Okay.
Hold
on.
on.
You don't have to talk. Okay. Yeah. I was just purely from memory that 112 is the European 911 or the 999 like it is in the UK. We got an achievement for that as well. Call a French emergency number. Okay. There are achievements on this as well. Okay. Let's oh, we got a young woman in the portrait. So we've got another like investigation. So we've got lots of like little threads at the moment, but nothing concrete. Let's go upstairs. Don't see any key here. Okay, so we can go even further up. Let's check out this desk first. I quite like this. It's so like nicely lit and rendered and everything like that.
My dear
it's really
friend,
cool.
I am an old man in the twilight of his years. I know now that I will never have the strength to set off again to the Amerzone. My only remaining hope resides in convincing you to go in my stead. Make amends for the wrong I have done to that country over 50 years ago. It was in 1929, at the university where I was finishing my studies in natural sciences, that I first heard of the Amerzone.
Little cutscene.
I befriended a young law student from that country. His name was Antonio Alvarez, and he was later to become the despotic leader that we now know today. He suggested going with me as my guide and interpreter until we got to the last steps of civilization in his country. A second companion was to join me. The Reverend Father David Makowski, who was burning with desire to perform mission work among the inhabitants of those regions forgotten by the Creator. We set off, therefore, one morning in June 1932 on board the Hydra float, a revolutionary invention of mine.
Oh, he invented it.
Unfortunately, this first prototype had several imperfections.
Oh.
The mechanics of the craft failed us on the way, near Shipwreck Island. A large number of sperm whales had settled there. I feared that we might have hit one of them.
That's what the fisherman had mentioned.
By a miracle that we set foot on the shores of the Amazon. But already, my friend, I realize that I am only at the beginning of this tragic story. If you want to find out about what follows, it will be waiting for you in the basement. Your next destination, should you decide to replace me for this new journey.
It's very intriguing. Like, if you were in this situation, would you be like, yep, time to go? I think I would. Intrigued. So we found Professor Valenbois' travel journal, the memoirs of his first expedition to Amerzone. It's an inexhaustible mine of information about the mysterious country. Some of it may prove useful. So we got our very own keybind for that as well. Suggesting that it probably will be useful. Oh, okay, and it's literally like an actual book with like chapters. The Amazonian goose follow the same route as these birds. That's where the constraints of refueling not to be taken into account. Okay. We've got so many little... That's the diskette. Okay. So the diskette is like a map for the ship, maybe? And Shipwreck Island, we hit the sperm whale. I feel that we might have hit one of them as we approach the channel that leads to the atoll. Okay. I don't know if there's something we will read fully right now. If we're stuck on anything, we know. There's Louis Sangel again. This game's so detailed. Like, all the different types of flowers as well. Toe. What is this? So judging from the primitive paintings that I was able to see in the village, a young Ovo Valahos boy must go through a fearsome rite of passage in order to enter adulthood. The adolescent boy must set off alone towards the volcanoes of the Amazon, seize the egg of the white bird, and then bring it back to the village. As soon as the priest has finished the sacred ceremony, the young man must return the egg back to where he found it so that it may hatch under the right conditions. And we didn't do that. We nicked it. Okay. Generate white bird. It looks like a blackbird. Temple of Flight. Okay. Oh, and there's the Avis alba. So the white bird is different. It's not a goose. It's like a separate bird entirely. Okay. Well, there's the key. Sous-sol, which is basement. Okay. Very cool. I like that there's a bit more of like a story. Like I said, I've played Myst way back in the day, and Riven had a remake that we did on stream, I think last year, like a little bit of it, like the demo before it came out. And they kind of just throw you in, and you don't really get too much of a story. Whereas I like with this one that there's like a story to explore as well, you know. So let's go to South America, because does that... Oh. We need to just push in all the little... This is Australia. We push in all the pictures. Got a bird over here. Okay. So we got to push in 3, like an octopus there. So let's push in the boat. Shipwreck Isle. Is that like a swordfish? No. Okay. So this is a puzzle. that we don't have the info for right now. There's a projector there. There's slide 2. Silhouettes of 3 men, Valambois and his companions. Difficult to read without using projector. Okay. Okay. There's 2 of 6. Okay. That's fine. Looks like there's another one. Oh, we can put one in there. Do we want to wait and find the other ones first? What else can we interact with? We can go up this ladder. To like a little mezzanine. Oh, is that a crocodile skin? Or an alligator? Lovely. Okay. He's got a beetle just nailed. Seems to have some sort of venom gland. Aptly named. What is it? Oh, the Gaphordus horriblius. We had a little bug page, didn't we? Oh, Gaphordus horribilis. Okay, very common throughout the village of Puebla. The natives are very fond of it. They say it has calming properties. And these are different... Oh, so this one is the Koryakyu. These are different bugs? Interesting. So we've got the goose, shipwreck isle, Delta Puebla, flourishing marketplace. So much here. It's impressive, really. Like someone's put this all together as a game, you know. Back in the day, obviously, it's been painstakingly, lovingly recreated. Encyclopedia of Ornithology. So it's about the Amerzone hocko. Page shows a female on the left and a male on the right. Okay, so this one's got a bit more of a... like a pattern on the head. Okay. Fan of his stuffed birds, wasn't he? Okay. There's even more up there as well. I'm not sure what we'd be looking at, the clue for the this. Would it be like all the birds or something? I don't even know if we do have multiple birds. We have some birds there as well. It's like an elephant. We've got an octopus, an elephant. I think that is that like a hand or something? We've got a tree. And that's like a giraffe or something. Sperm whales. Maybe it's the watery ones. There are 3 water-based ones. And I said this on octopus earlier, but it's a squid, isn't it? I feel like we're not going to get here with trial and error. We need the right combination. Okay, let's go up. Keep going up. Okay. What? Oh, that's the hydrofloat, was that what we call it? All the math, the workings. This would take us a lifetime to figure out. And zoom in a little bit. Let's have a look at this. This is the plans for the hydrofloat. A machine Valenbois appears to have done a lot of work on. Okay. The reign of a dictator. Grew up in a poor family. First European colonists. Outstanding results at school. Obtained a bursary to send the young Alvarez to study law at the prestigious university La Sorbonne in France. Presumably where he met Valenbois. He returned to Amerzone in 1933 under difficult circumstances. He stirred up a revolt and he managed to turn members of the military and the law enforcement against their own government. He toppled in a year later. The church's tacit support. Mikowski was part of the church, right? So secrecy reigns now. Oh, so the Second World War still happened, all that stuff as well. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Videotape that. Antonio Alvarez, 1996, a recent recording of the Amazonian dictator. Kind of like detailed this is as well. Okay. For those too young, this is a VHS tape. We could play movies. And then we press play.
Amerzone is a powerful country, and the people of Amerzone are its symbol. I am the father of the Amazonian people, and as this nation among long live Amerzone! Long live progress! Progress will liberate us, separate us from the romantic nonsense of the savages. Progress will burst open the door to the modern world so that we, the people of Amerzone, may enter and take our rightful place.
Kind of giving those Hitler vibes. Okay. Do we might just keep this. You never know. You never know. Okay, so I don't think having a little look around, we can go out onto the balcony. Is it what's it called, a balcony? There's more of those geese. So that direction. Okay, that's that little elevator thing, I guess. A little wander around. Looks stunning though. Let's just have a little look around first, just to see. Is there anything here? No, that's that book there. Okay. Okay, not too much to see here. Let's go up this ladder. More steps. There's been so many steps. Oh, here we go. Ah. What happened to his bike broken? Bike puncture? I would have thought we could have like moved or, you know, like turned it. It doesn't seem like you can. It just gives you a little snapshot. If you live in a lighthouse, you have a responsibility to like run the lighthouse. Presumably so. Burnt document. This looks like it was once a form to be completed by external educators who gave classes for Torville Elementary School in Langriven. Oh, so he burnt that. That's that enclosed form. Manuel de trigonometrie pratique. Taught trigonometry. Ah, another slide. There we go. Crowd of people with their arms raised. They seem to be carrying something. It was difficult to make out what exactly without a suitable projector. It looks like an egg. It's number 4 of 6. There's a code here as well. Okay. Huh. Okay. Do we need the right code? So maybe we should go to the basement now. See what's there. Come back up. That doesn't work. No power? Okay, we got this puzzle as well. Probably we've just left him there. Really like this so far. Got quite a few like puzzles if we open up our journal. Quite a few puzzles to investigate. Looks like that burnt form was maybe the last thing though. I don't know if like the order of where they appear indicates like, I think that's just random actually. Okay. So got quite a few things going on. There we go. Oh, we're gonna lift it open as well. Not creepy at all. Let's go into the basement. Hello, ducks. that his... Is that like a tunnel? Turn the power on. Let there be light. Oh. We need to like mess with the valves outside maybe? I don't know, we're gonna go with no lights. Nice on the one hand just being able to click, but I do wonder if that does it. Is it that much more extra? Like if it's all rendered anyway, is there that much extra issue of you just being able to move around freely? I guess the perspective side of things and like how some puzzles are designed maybe. You can either go back or go down. Let's go down. All the steam. Like a whole little underground network here. Think he built this all himself back in the day? Let's see what's in the other direction. Let's see if we can open this door first, though. We cannot. Okay. It's always an interesting design choice as well, because having a silent protagonist on the one hand lets you, you know, roleplay a bit more of yourself as the player, you know, but also it's then a very quiet experience as well. Okay, we've got some more stuff there. Let's see if we can turn the lights back on. There we go. Go to the mission tab in the journal and click the question mark icon next to the current objective. It will give you hints to help you solve it, increasingly precise. However, the 3 dots indicate that the next hint will only become available once you've done what the previous hint suggested. And the dash icon indicates that you've used all available hints for the current objective. Okay, so if we are really stuck, reach the end of the tunnel, switch on the computer. So if we're really stuck with the main story stuff, then we can get a little hint if we need to. So the computer's on. Are these the diskettes? And that letter has, is it 2 out of 3?
My dear friend, it's nice to see you again through these few pages. The previous ones ended with my arrival in Amerzone with my comrades, Alvarez and Makowski, in 1932. For some weeks, all 3 of us traveled to Puebla, a fort village upstream of the river Amazon Delta. It was there, in the mouth of an old drunken and erudite Indian, that I first heard of the great white birds. The white birds are dependent on the imposing volcano that rises above the Amazonian jungle. They are majestic skyships of sorts. They glide interminably, taking advantage of the thermals created by the heat from the craters. Every 3 years, one of the females of the colony abandons a single egg that will, all by itself, contain the entire next generation of white birds.
Oh, and he nicked that?
but the embryos contained in the egg are subject, it seems, to a brutal alteration in their chromosomes due to the toxic gases that escape the volcano. Left to its own devices, the egg would hatch nasty little black birds with a precarious existence. It is, at this point, that the intervention of the Ovo-Volahus, an indigenous tribe descending from a very ancient and famous civilization of white bird worshippers, takes place. Ignoring the warnings of my companions, I set off towards the unknown, with the old Indian as my guide. After a month of traveling, I reached the Amazone Falls. Then, out of the blue, my guide had left me.
That's Louis Sangel,
I
the
was
guide, isn't
starving
it?
and had no more strength, totally weakened by a vicious tropical disease. I owe my life to the hospitality of the native tribe living near the bottom of the falls. A young Indian girl patiently lavished on me the care that was necessary for my recovery.
The girl from the photo, maybe?
To tell the truth, we never left each other after that. Her
Yeah.
name was Yekomani. I loved her, and she loved me. And the months that followed were the most beautiful of my long life. But here we are, already approaching the sinister conclusion of this tale, my friend.
So we binned her off, nicked the
There's
egg.
still time for you to turn back. But if you decide not to, the end of my story is waiting where yours will begin.
Okay. Hydrofloat breeding system. So these are the diskettes. So for departure, the island. Oh, and he sent backup diskettes for the full. Okay, so we. It's just that second one for emergencies we don't have. Startup program and a plane mode for the hydrofloat. Okay, so a diskette is a floppy disk, or that's what we call it. We call it a floppy disk. Maybe the diskette is the official word. This one's blank. These all blank? Ah, so he's... Okay, so he's done the backups, but not... That's why we're going to have to find each of these people to get the actual disc. Okay. So yeah, these ones are blank anyway. We should be able to put a disc in. Yeah, Valambois diskette. I don't know. Does it not say anywhere about a password? Now that the power's on, let's see if we can open that door that was down here. Got lots of little puzzles and threads open at the moment. We want to then try and figure out, but no, that's still locked. Okay, we still can't get down there. Okay. guess we can head back up to have a little explore still then. We're still missing a couple of slides as well, aren't we? So we've got a few of those to find too. But we are approaching just over an hour. So, or we are over an hour. So I'm going to leave it there for this one. Let me know how you liked it. That was like the opening hour and a bit of Amerzone the Explorer's Legacy. And really enjoy it. Really like the idea of it at the moment. We've got quite a few puzzles to work through. Kind of these sub-investigations within a bigger investigation. And yeah, it's quite intriguing actually. So let me know if you'd like to see more of this. I'm happy to keep going and do some more of this. So yeah, let me know if you'd like that. Hit that like button. Let me know in the comments below how you found it. And yeah, remember to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.